What's up? It's Bonnie, and today is Friday. And usually I really love Fridays. It's the end of the work week, it's almost Saturday, and Saturdays are for the plants. But apparently Fridays are for failures and frustrations. So sometime overnight last night, this greenhouse got toppled over, and unfortunately, I think a lot of my plants are going to suffer from this. So I'm gonna show you what has happened and go through all of my plants and see, whether they're salvageable. They're probably all gonna be in shock. We'll see if any pots are broken. I have some that I cleaned last weekend that I can put them in, but yeah, this is where we're at. So let's take a look. So, needless to say, I was not very excited to do this. This is not what I planned for my Friday night, and not how I usually like to spend my time with my plants. Typically, planting for me is a relaxing, calming, peaceful activity that helps me connect with my plants and the earth, but this truly just seemed like a chore. So, I also stabbed myself on my cactus, which did not feel good, was not a great start to this activity, but eventually I decided to just get in and tackle it plant by plant. So these Tradescantia vines had broken off. I'm just going to stick them in some water and hopefully propagate them by letting them grow roots and repotting them. And then this one was my Madagascar palm, which did get smushed and had some debris and other leaves attached to it, but I'll just give him a shower and I think he'll be fine. This one has been struggling for a while, so I put it in the Dead Plant Club and then kind of second guessed myself and then was like, nah, we're going to throw it away. Or not actually throw it away, compost it. As well as that begonia that has been struggling for a while also. I'm going to use this as a time to let myself get some new plants that I've been wanting for a while. So that container says I like plants more than people, and boy, ain't that true. So my pothos cuttings made it, and this container had one of my succulents that I replanted last week had fallen out into it, but I think it will be fine once repotted with some extra soil. So this bamboo plant was given to me by an ex, so I'm thriving on this opportunity to trash it. I have a jade little cutting that I think will make it. So far, most of these plants are going to make it. I've had a few things not, but they were plants that were already kind of struggling. So now we kind of get into the back part where more of the damage occurred. So that you can see the pot had broken. This pot also broke, but I already found it a nice new home that I actually like quite a bit. This succulent lost a lot of leaves, so I'm probably going to chop and prop that succulent and hope for the best. Hi to my roommate Luke, who was so nice to help me deal with this hot mess, because as you can see, this is kind of a total mess. I was really, like I said, reluctant to get into this because I knew it would just take time and it would be kind of sad to see all of my pride and joys, but this one is one of my oldest plants. I'm so glad that that pot and the plant seemed to be okay. So this succulent had completely fallen out and lost a lot of soil, but it doesn't seem to have a solid root structure, so I'm going to repot that one. Unfortunately, this pot that I thought was really cool because it was circular broke, but you win some, you lose some. That orchid has been struggling, so also composting that. Spider plant will probably make it. And these succulents were in a glass container, which is kind of dangerous because I had some broken glass, but I put it in this new container. Yeah, actually, it's kind of cute. And so now I'm kind of getting to the very end, just picking up any last little cuttings and some of the broken glass that I needed to be very careful about. And here are all of the plants that were in the greenhouse. Most are going to survive. They may need a soil top up or a repotting, but some are going to be composted and broken down into soil, which will find its way back into the earth through the form of compost placed in the garden. And what is an incident like this if not an opportunity to learn? So, from this unfortunate occurrence, I have learned that I need to stake down or somehow secure this greenhouse. I previously had it on my porch, which did not get much wind. It was also covered, so I didn't really feel the need to secure it there, but I definitely should have here. I think a big wind is what probably took this out, and if my plants were not evenly distributed, that could have caused it to just easily topple over. So I learned that. I also learned to not put all my eggs in one basket, or rather, not to put all my plants in one greenhouse. So I did have a lot of my plants inside, which did not get broken or damaged from this. I also learned that I now have the opportunity to go buy some new plants. As for the greenhouse itself, there did seem to be some dents on the front sides. I think that they can be bent back into place, and despite some structural damage, I think that it will still be usable in the future if and only if it gets staked down. So I got the greenhouse standing again. There is some structural damage, but I will work on getting these repotted. Luckily, I didn't clean up the pots that I cleaned last weekend, so I can just reuse them. I will share an update once I have this thing fixed. I'm definitely going to make sure it is secure. I'm going to get some sandbags. I think that maybe it was just a little bit too top heavy. But yeah, so I have my work cut out for me. Be sure to like and subscribe to see this saga continue. Bye.